Mephisto, Lord of Hatred, the eldest of the prime evils. Born from the ashes of Tathamet, Mephisto's essence is hatred itself. His true power lies not in brute strength, but in corruption. He twists souls into weapons, each one reforged in hatred. In the chaos of the eternal conflict, Mephisto's whispers turn allies to enemies with a single breath. His influence spreads like poison, warping the minds of angels and demons alike. But the endless war is not enough for Mephisto. His gaze pierces beyond, toward a new target. Sanctuary. To Mephisto, humanity is the ultimate weapon, one that he will mold to strike against the heavens. But even the most insidious evils have enemies. Tyrael, the Archangel of Justice, vows to end the prime evils once and for all. He knows that Mephisto and his brothers cannot be killed, only contained. From the heart of the World Stone, Tyrael forges the Soulstones, powerful artifacts capable of imprisoning the prime evils.
No blade can end them, no fire can consume them, but I can imprison their darkness. Their reign will be smothered under the weight of the Soulstone, and they will never rise again.
With the Soulstones in hand, Tyrael rallies the Horadrim. He charges them with a sacred mission: hunt down the prime evils and imprison their dark souls. Guided by Tyrael, the Horadrim marches upon the Fortress of Bone, deep in the cursed lands of Khagistan. Within, Mephisto awaits. From the shadows of his domain, he summons legions of undead, an endless tide of skeletal warriors and fiends rising from the earth. The Horadrim charges, but the tide of enemies is relentless. For every undead warrior struck down, two more rise to take its place. Amidst the chaos, Tyrael descends from the heavens, his divine blade cutting through the horde with radiant fury. At last, with one final desperate strike, Mephisto is defeated. His body dissipates into shadow, and his essence is drawn into the sapphire Soulstone. The Lord of Hatred, now imprisoned, is entrusted to the Zakarum priests, buried deep beneath the Zakarum temple in Kurast. But hatred cannot be contained. From his prison, Mephisto slowly begins to spread malice, twisting the Zakarum priests' faith. With each corrupted soul, his power grows.
Faith is such a fragile thing, so easily corrupted. Soon they will serve me without knowing. Hatred will be their new god.
Over centuries, Mephisto's corruption spread throughout the High Council of Zakarum. He possesses High Priest Sankakur and turns their once holy order into a vessel for his evil. In the deepest chamber of the Zakarum temple, now twisted into the durance of hate, the Soulstone sits, pulsing with dark energy. Mephisto is physically manifested in Sankakur's body, but his soul is still bound to the Soulstone. Tales of Mephisto's return and the fall of the Zakarum quickly spread across Sanctuary. Calls go out to all who could resist the coming darkness. Champions are needed to once again face the Lord of Hatred. From across Sanctuary, they answer the call. Warriors, mages, and rogues, each drawn by fate, gather to confront the ancient evil. The journey through the jungles of Kurast is treacherous, the once sacred land now tainted with evil. With every step, the heroes feel the Lord of Hatred's presence as they approach the corrupted Zakarum temple. Beyond the temple's gates, the true battle awaits, deep within the durance of hate.
We have fought across worlds, through death and shadow, to stand here. We will not falter. Today, hatred itself will fall by our hands.
Steel clashes against claw, holy light against infernal shadow. With a final blow, Mephisto's physical form crumbles. The Soulstone flares to life, drawing in the Demon Lord's essence once more. The Soulstone, even as a prison, still pulses with Mephisto's undying hatred. It is only a matter of time before he begins to corrupt again. There is only one choice, one desperate gamble. Into the maw of the burning hells they venture, fighting legions of demons. Their destination, the legendary Hellforge, where even the mightiest artifacts can be unmade. With trembling hands, they raise the Soulstone. The Hellforge rings with a sound that shakes reality itself. The Soulstone shatters, fragments scattering like stars across the infernal sky. Mephisto's essence erupts in a storm of hatred and fury. The echoes fade, and the last remnants of the Soulstone dissolve into nothingness. Mephisto is defeated, for now. But shattering the Soulstone did not destroy him completely. His essence returns to the burning hells, waiting, watching. Over the years, Mephisto's hatred endures, ever patient. Sensing the creation of the Black Soulstone, a new prison far more powerful than the last, his essence is drawn toward it. Crafted by the mad archmage Zoltan Kuhl, the Black Soulstone has the power to imprison all the great evils. To Mephisto, it represents an opportunity, a path to reclaim his power. Sensing the pull, he races toward the Black Soulstone. His essence, fragmented and desperate, is caught by its power. But such power cannot remain hidden for long. Malthael, the Angel of Death, seeks to end the eternal conflict by absorbing the Black Soulstone. He believes it will grant him dominion over the souls of both angels and demons. But the Black Soulstone holds more than he realizes. Mephisto, ever cunning, has been waiting for this moment. Malthael's plan backfires. The power of the prime evils overwhelms him. Mephisto, along with the others, breaks free from his prison, unleashed upon the world once more. In the aftermath of his escape, Mephisto assumes a new form, a bloodied wolf, slipping through the shadows of Sanctuary, unseen but always watching. But Mephisto is not the only one stirring. Summoned by Elias, Lilith, daughter of hatred, rises again, seeking to consume her father's essence and claim his power. Mephisto, in the guise of the bloodied wolf, follows Nerel and the Wanderer. He watches, waiting, his guidance subtle. He knows they have the power to challenge Lilith, but his true intentions remain hidden. But it is Nerel who becomes his most delicate prey. Through her, the Lord of Hatred begins to sow doubt and twist her path, preparing her for a choice that will determine the fate of Sanctuary. Lorath entrusts Nerel with a Soulstone, intended to imprison Lilith. But Mephisto's influence on Nerel is already at work. The line between good and evil blurs, her mind clouded.
Lilith is your enemy, Nerel. She seeks to destroy all that you hold dear. Only I can offer the truth, the power to stop her.
The moment of truth arrives, but she is no longer sure which enemy she faces. She can only choose one, Lilith, the terror she was sent to imprison, or Mephisto, the ancient evil that has corrupted her mind. In her final moment of choice, Nerel chooses the greater evil. The Soulstone flares with blinding light as Mephisto's essence is pulled inside. But the truth is far more twisted than she could ever know. Mephisto has manipulated her from the beginning. In capturing him, Nerel has become his pawn, carrying his essence through the Soulstone. The Lord of Hatred has allowed himself to be imprisoned, a part of his greater scheme. Nerel's mind grows darker with each passing step. She takes the Soulstone far from Sanctuary, but the burden she carries is heavier than she realizes. He shows her the end of all things, the fall of Sanctuary, consumed by hatred and destruction. It is a glimpse of the future Mephisto had crafted for her. Nerel seeks refuge in the Floating Sky Monastery, hoping to find peace from the voices that haunt her. But even there, Mephisto's shadow follows. Nerel is the vessel of hatred, the final pawn in Mephisto's grand design. She may continue her path, but Mephisto has already claimed her soul. The Lord of Hatred has found his vessel, and the fate of Sanctuary now hangs by a thread.